Okay, so day 2.5, 3. I tried to come out here the other day and work on some things, and I was pleasantly surprised by a couple friends, so I didn't really get to do a whole lot of work. I think my plan for some of today is to get the rest of the wiring situation figured out and taken off the bike. I want to work on getting the ignition coils off. Mostly any of the electronics that are easy to come off. I will potentially try and take off the dash indicators and everything, as well as the starter and the turn signal guys. I want to kind of keep the things that have fluid in them on, because I'm going to try and drain all the fluids together all at once. One thing I did add is I added a little time-lapse cam that's going to kind of record all the stuff that I'm doing, and I'll just speed it up post-production, that way we don't have to sit around and wait. But anyway, let's see how far we can get. Ugh. A lot of rust on this. Oh my. What even is this? Like aluminum coated something? Hey, got the gauge out. Probably will want to check the things like bulbs and connections. Clean it up. Ah, I can finally see what these say. So I've got turn and turn, neutral, high beam, overdrive, tail light, and oil. I had no idea. Now I know, and I'll probably want to replace the bulbs, probably with some nice new ones, maybe some LEDs to get it to really light up. I'm going to test this with probably a power supply test bench and maybe a signal generator. That way I can test the RPMs and see if it's working properly. Once I get the factory service manual in, that'll help a lot. But this just needs a nice cleaning and mount back on. Alright, so as hopefully you will see, as long as that didn't record over all its footage, I got the wiring harness off. I've got the entire thing over here, and I think it looks pretty cool. But I have to remember where all of these go. I know basically this heads up front, and then this goes to like the headlight or something. I've got flashers and taillights and things over here. I accidentally pulled a little bit too hard on what I think is the starter wire. So I think obviously when I take it off, I'm going to have to take a look at the wires inside. I did get off the left handle controls, which is the turn signal, the brights, the horn. I started to take off the right side, which is like engine on off, and the start button. But the throttle control underneath, I didn't want to mess with that because I think I have to take that off the carburetor area. So now all wiring, be it temporary or permanent, is basically disconnected and off the bike. I've got the horn assembly and fuses off. I've got my cluster gauge off, which I think is pretty cool. I think this is going to clean up pretty nicely. The bike has 21,000 miles on it though, so I'm guessing that this was either, because, oh no, the title goes with the other frame. I was confused. This title we didn't really have, so it's about 700 miles a year, I think. So that's not terrible. I guess that means it was run at least. I'm excited to open this up and see if I can figure out what's wrong with the various gauges and things. But for now, I think I'm in a pretty good place. I think the next thing that I need to do is I need to drain the fluids out of the bike. So that means I didn't even know that the on my new bike it does, but I didn't even know on the clutch that there was a fluid reservoir. I was like, why is there a brake line over here? So I want to drain these reservoirs so I can get them off, drain the coolant, and then drain the engine oil, and maybe the drive shaft oil if there is any. I think there is, but I'm not really sure. And then basically all I have left is like tires, engine, that's pretty much it, really. Tires, engine, and then I've got fork and the kickstand piece. So, oh, and exhaust. The exhaust can probably come off next time too. That hopefully won't be too much of a deal. But anyway, thank you for continuing to watch. Oh, that just falls right back down. That's the choke. That's good. But anyway, thank you for continuing to watch. I hope you're at least enjoying it and maybe learning something, or just putting it on in the background and watching a 1983 Nighthawk get taken apart. But anyway, hope to see you again soon.